Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim HaKakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yashawan back with the World War III Daily Update. All right, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Salaki, bear with me for a moment. All right, I'm going to start right here in 2nd Ezra with the gathering. All right, World War III is the Most High Yahweh is gathering all nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat so that he can plead with them there, put them on trial. All right, that's what World War III is about. 2nd Ezra 13 and 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven. Okay, now this part here, to subdue the men that came out of the sea, that's talking about Yahweh Shai. But this gathering of men goes back to here. This is Joel 3. Okay. Joel 3, and this is the Most High Yahweh. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. Okay, now if we go here to this NLT, New Living Translation, it says, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, so this is World War III. And if we get into it, we go down to 6, I believe. 9. Joel 3 and 9. Say to the nations far and wide, get ready for war, call out your best warriors, let all the fighting men advance for the attack. Hammer your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Train even your weaklings to be warriors. Come quickly, all you nations everywhere, gather together in the valley. Right? The valley of Jehoshaphat. That's talking about World War III, the gathering. And we'll go here to, what is it, 19? Revelation 19. And go down to 19 in the King James. And we see the gathering again. Revelation 19 and 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies, that's all nations, gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Now, when it says gather together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army, that comes after or during World War III. Here, they're already gathered together, okay, pursuant to Joel, all right, in the valley of Jehoshaphat. They're over there fighting, and then out of the fourth dimension come the chariots, right, right here, and now call out your warriors. Now, O Lord, call out your warriors, okay, or thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come. That's where the angels get involved, okay? And here's a quick picture. There we go. All right. So this represents Satan and his angels. This represents Michael and his angels. Okay? The blue angels. This is the Most High and his angels. Okay? Or Yahweh Shai, Michael and his angels. Okay? And we can get that quickly in Revelation 12. KJV, and there was a war in heaven. Revelation 12 and 7. Then a war broke out in heaven or in the sky. All right. There was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. That's this. All right. So this is what World War III is really all about. The confrontation to get them into the valley, right, of Jehoshaphat, or in that general area, the Middle East. And then set the ambush, spring the ambush on them. All right. So with that being said, we can look at some, let's see, just look at some headlines. Well, let's go into this. This is 19 hours ago. Israel shot with secret weapon. The incredible trap of Russia and Iran. Let's watch this.
Hey, so check it out. This is the
Slovakia. Let's go.
Welcome to the Carrier Pigeon channel. Israel launched an attack on Syrian defense systems. Destroyed air defense systems surprised Israeli pilots. Russian defense systems are activated. Russia said it stopped Israeli missiles. Israel and the United States took action in response to Iran's nuclear work. Israel is quite uncomfortable with the United States reaching an agreement with Iran. Nuclear deals completed. The Syrian army managed to mislead the Israeli Air Force once again. According to Israeli media, the Israeli Air Force attacked one of the military installations of the Syrian army on November 24, 2021, destroying at least one Soviet-style S-200 anti-aircraft missile system and a radar station from this complex. However, both the pilots of the Israeli warplanes and the reconnaissance planes were again misled by the Syrian army. The destroyed air defense systems turned out to be rubber dummies. A similar tactic had already been used by the Syrian army during the Israeli attack on the Tiaz airbase. This time it turned out to be successful. Syria did not announce or confirm the defeat of the S-200, but only confirmed that many Israeli missiles were intercepted by Syrian air defense systems before threatening ground targets. Surprisingly, a series of rubber air defense systems were deployed by the Syrian Defense Forces in an area attacked by an F-16 soon after an Israeli newspaper announced that Israeli Defense Force fighters had destroyed a Syrian S-200. These special air defense systems are used by Syria to deceive the enemy. This tactic was used repeatedly in Israeli airstrikes on the T-4 base area in Damascus in 2019. On the other hand, Russia said it destroyed 10 of the 12 Israeli missiles fired into Syria's Homs province. Syrian armed forces destroyed 10 of the 12 missiles fired at Syrian territory by Israeli F-16 warplanes, a senior Russian military official quoted on Wednesday. According to the news agency, Rear Admiral Vadim Kulit said that guided missiles were destroyed by the Russian Buk M2E and Panzer S complexes last night. He said 6 F-16 fighters launched an airstrike from Lebanese airspace into Syria's Homs province, injuring a Syrian soldier. On the other hand, negotiations on Iran's nuclear program started in Vienna. Israel, uncomfortable with its intention to lift sanctions on Iran in nuclear talks. Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett said he was annoyed by international powers' intent to lift financial sanctions on Tehran in negotiations over Iran's nuclear program.
Okay, that's good enough. Of course, because that means let the weak say I'm strong. If Iran has missiles, then they are no longer weak. Okay, let's get that real quick. Let's go back to Joel. Let's go here. It says, beat your plowshares. Right here. Joel 3 and 10, beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. This is talking about weapon. Make weapons. Okay. let the weak, Iran, get nukes. Okay, that's how you break down the scripture. Once upon a time, Iran had no nuclear ICBMs or even short-range nukes. Now they do. Now they're strong. Okay, this is about the building of weapons. Take your gardening tools and turn them into weapons of war. All right. All right, so with that, we'll just go ahead and close it right there. As you can see, they're getting close to declaring World War III. Even though it's already going on, they haven't declared it yet, but they're about to. So with that, I hope that the elect were edified, and with that, we're going to say shalom.